How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to CardboardSim. And we are getting ready to crank up to start leg 2 of the Route 66 tour in hopes to catch up with the fellas down the road. I'm back here in Bloomington where I landed just the other day, and we are headed down to St. Louis if I remember correctly. So I'm just go ahead and get things cranked up and get this thing on the road. Sit back and enjoy. Good start. First touch flaps. Okay, cool. And strobes and taxi. Brakes are released. And let's ride. Things seem to be running a whole lot smoother this time around. So I ended up updating my NVIDIA drivers. Windows 11 needed some updates as well, and I think just a fresh shutdown and reboot really helped things out. So as you can see, the 750s running smooth, everything seems to be running better, so let's go. Across from here. Go. Positive rate. Gear up. Speed checks flaps on. Swing it around right over the tower here. See you later, Bloomington. We out. Yeah, she's running so much better. I think that update really helped out. I was skeptical about it because, like I said, Island Sim Pilot, like I said, he does all the reviews on NVIDIA drivers, and for some odd reason when he downloaded it, he was having stuttering problems, but it actually kind of helped my PC out, so that's a good thing. Alright, let's get back on course here. We got Route 66 over here to the left. There it is. The question is, yeah. just gonna run this right on out. So we got a 16-knot crosswind now. A little better than the other day. At least it's not a headwind. Line this off. Let's be on our way. Oh man. I'm coming, guys. I'm coming. I'm going to try something. Hopefully I'll be ready for, hopefully all goes well and I'll be able to fly with it, because it's actually tomorrow night for me, because it's Saturday 0100, which puts me at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern time, Friday, tomorrow night. So I should be able to fly. Hopefully. We'll see. If not, then hey, I'll just have to catch up with him again. But one thing that I do want to try out, because obviously most of the crew flies the Cessna 172s. Now, one thing that I've learned with my sim is, even though I built it off of a Vtail kind of a setup, I have learned over the past few months that I don't necessarily have to fly just the Vtail. This thing is actually, I can actually fly pretty much any aircraft I want with this setup, and it'll work for the most part just fine. So I've flown in a 172 before. The problem with it is my windows here. So when I got the cowling set, you know, just over the glare shield, you can see, you know, the making of the actual wings. So what I need to do is, and I could make some temporary flaps or something that I can use, you know, maybe like some Velcro, or you know, something where I could cut a black strip of like maybe construction paper or something, you know, and just have it cut to size just to cover up, you know, that part of the wing, so that when I'm actually looking at it and what you're seeing is just, you know, the bottom of the wings. That's the goal. So I can do it with the stock 172. Now I do have the 182, but the way the developer created that aircraft, there's just no way, because my glare shield sits lower than your average Cessna 172. So even if I brought the cowling down, then the wings are way too low, or is it way too high? bring the cowling up, yeah, if I bring the cowling up, I can get the wings right. But if I bring the cowling down, then the wings are like way down here, and it just looks extra stupid. So, but I can do the default 172. So I'll be working on that hopefully for the next flight. But outside of that, yeah, it's been a cool couple days. Just working. I got some big projects coming up in the next few weeks, so my weekends are going to be tied up. Which I'm not complaining, because projects, those are big ticket items, so those are definitely priority over anything. Get those accomplished and out of the way. And we're slowly coming into the fall season, so it's time to switch gears a little bit and get ready for fall season work. So looking forward to that. A lot easy to deal with, you know. It's not as strenuous, but it's still some work. So somebody, and I don't want to mess their names up, so I apologize ahead of time. I'm just going to say Ben. I'm going to say Ben. You know who you are. He reached out to me because, you know, last video I was talking about maybe going to 4090. And, you know, he kind of dropped some knowledge on me that I wasn't even really, you know, thinking about. And he was saying, you know, kind of hold off on getting the 4090 to see what the 5 series do, because I guess they're supposed to be dropping. I'm going to do my research. I haven't done it as of yet, but I will be doing my research and due diligence on the 5 series and seeing, you know, price to its capabilities, and how much more are you actually gaining with a 5 series versus the 4090. Because if it's really not that much of a difference, you know, 'cause we got to look at it from a different viewpoint. Like when we look at graphics cards, we can't come in to look at graphics cards like actual gamers look at graphics cards. I mean, don't get me wrong, yes, they all play a significant role in its capabilities as far as flight sim go. But what we need out of a graphics card is different than what, you know, somebody that's playing, you know, COD and, you know, all of those type of games. So in how I'm approaching it is, if the numbers on the 5 series, and of course, you know, and this is where I kind of just like, there is no point in getting the low end of the new model cars. It's just like when the 40 series cars came out. I mean, everybody's finances and pockets are different depths. I understand that. But if you can get away with getting the top of the line card, then it makes more sense to just go ahead and invest in that than to get a low end. Because if you look at the, like I was saying, you look at the 4000 series, right? A 4060. Okay, hold on. Let me. I'm speaking from a place where you're running triple monitors, kind of like the setup I have. You don't necessarily need a 4080 Super with one monitor. A 4060, a 4070 Ti or 4070 Ti Super will do you just fine with one monitor. So just know, as I'm speaking on this subject, I'm speaking in terms of triple monitor, 55-inch screens, you know, and being able to obtain high-level graphics with smooth motion. Now, even before I upgraded to the 4080 Super that I have now, when I first cranked up all three screens, I was still running on a 2080 Super. But you gotta know that the 2080 Super was beast mode when those cars came out, so it was still a powerful powerful GPU. Of course, I couldn't. My levels wasn't nearly as high as what they are now, but I was actually able to run three screens on a 2080 Super. And once I, you know, tuned in, dialed everything in, I was pretty much able to fly flawlessly to a degree, if that makes sense. So there would be no need for me to go and get a, you know, entry level 550 series card. I might as well just wait and see what the, I don't know, I guess the 5090 or whatever the highest card they have. Now, that takes me back to what I was saying before. If FS 2024 unlocks and unleashes multi-thread, then I really don't see myself really upgrading any card anytime soon. And if I do, I might just wait until the 5 series all drop, because that 4090 is going to come down, and then that's when I can go ahead and snag it for a lot better price than, you know, $1,800. Because as you can see, the 4080 Super does just fine on the main thread. Now, if, it's a big if we're still limited by the main thread in FS 2024, then I'm still looking at how much more am I getting from that 5090 or whatever that card is going to be versus the 4090. Now, one thing that I didn't quite pay attention to when I bought the 4080 Super was that, you know, they say that the 4090 is only a 15% increase to the 4080 Super, but you're gaining a faster bit rate I think that's a 320. Don't quote me, but I know it's faster than the 4080 Super. And you're getting 24 gigs of VRAM versus 16. Now, I don't think that I'm maxing out 16 gigs of RAM, but I feel like with 24 gigs of VRAM, I just might be able to bump my sliders up just a little bit more. I mean, I think one of my sliders is all the way maxed out. I think it's the terrain level of detail I got set to 100. But anyway, nonetheless, that's where my mind is at. So if the 5090 comes out, and the 5090 is only a 10 to 15% increase from the 4090, but now you're wanting $3,000 or $2,500 or whatever it's going to be. I know it's going to be outrageous. There is no way in the world I am going to spend that much money on an extra 15%. Now, coming from a 4080 Super, now you're talking, what, 30%? Okay, yeah, now we're seeing a difference, but it's still not worth it to me. Because if I can get a 4090 for close to or under $1,000 by the time the 5.0 cars come out, then what's the point? You understand what I'm saying? So that's where I'm at. But like I said, I'm going to do my research. I'm going to read up on them, see what they're offering, and see what the big difference is going to be between the 4090 and the 5.0s. So more to follow on that. Turbulence. For now, I'm going to stick with what I have. It's doing me just fine. I mean, you can read these graphics. It's pretty wild. I would like to, because I'm very, very detail oriented. So the more real it looks, the happier I am. And I mean, I'm happy right now. So, but I know that I could probably be even happier if, if I could push it. Now, one thing that I'm not going to do is, I don't do the overclocking thing. I used to do that back in the day, with the i7s. What was it called? I forget the name of it. But it was back when they started allowing you to be able to pretty much overclock if you wanted to. It was like unlocked. The Sandy Bridge. Yeah. I used to overclock those. I feel like there's no need to overclock. There's really no need to overclock. I mean, especially with this, like I said, the 7800 X3D, it's 4.2 out the box. I mean, could you push it to 5? I've seen guys push it to 5. I've seen guys push it to over 5. I just don't want to do that. I mean, pushing FS 2020 as hard as I'm pushing it now, I spent too much money. So I guess call me scaredy cat, but I don't think it's so much having to deal with overclocking anyway. I just think you have to have the right setup. And I don't think there's no PC out there right now. And once again, like I said, I'm coming from a multi-monitor sim. There's not a PC that you can actually run everything completely maxed out. I tried it with this. Does it run? Yes. Does it run as smooth as it's doing now? Definitely not. So maybe with the new 5 series cards, that might make a difference. Oh, there was a stutter right there. I don't know. I think at the end of the day, you know, however you have your sim set up, get it to where you're happy with it. And don't stop building. Don't stop adding, subtracting, whatever you gotta do, until you can get to that place where you can say, if nothing else comes out, and this is all we have left, are you happy with your setup? See, like for me, I can fly this thing until the cardboard falls apart. Is there room to grow? Of course there is. But I'm cool with where I'm at right now. So it looks pretty real to me. You know, matching it's not so much having all the add-ons. That's what I'm learning. Because back when FSX came around, and that's when I really started getting serious. I mean, I was flying way before then, but I didn't really start getting serious into flight sim until FSX came out. I had just about every add-on you could think of. And of course, for any of those who have flown, which most of you probably know, FSX was eating everything alive. Nothing could make FSX happy. Nothing. Now when it comes to FS 2020, I think they've done a fabulous job putting it on a cloud-based system or server. So that takes a big chunk off of the PC, as you know, out the gate. So that's definitely a good thing. Now, as far as how they do the photogrammetry and all of that, phenomenal. Then you take an add-on like map enhancement, and now you have even more realism, right? I can't speak on X-Plane. I've never flown X-Plane. I've been debating for, I don't know, the last 2 or 3 years to download X-Plane and just have it on the side, just to have it, so I can really see the difference in this flight model that they say is so far more realistic. I'm not saying that it's not. I'm just saying, at the end of the day, for me, it's a simulation. So whether the flight model is better in X-Plane, okay, cool. At the end of the day, it's still a simulation. It's still nowhere near as close to the real thing. But like I said, I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. I'm just speaking on where my mind is at. I prefer the eye candy. I'm still flying. It looks real. So to me, this is more realistic than the flight model, but yet the graphics are not there, if that makes sense. So that's where I'm at with all of that. I'm gonna get off my soapbox and try to figure out somewhere to land on Route 66 here. Let me see, how far out are we? Oh, we're not that far out. I should go ahead and try to land right on down here. Autopilot off. What we got? We still got that crosswind. Yep. So this is gonna be fun. But I gotta get on it because we about there. Alright, let's bring it down. Try not to take a bridge out. See, it looks like there's another interchange over there, so I might try to shoot just past that one. Squelching going on in my headphones. I don't know if you guys hear that. Just kind of popped in. Okay. Now I'm sitting here looking. I'm almost tempted to. Okay. First batch of flaps coming in.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Turn you off. Here it's coming down.
500.
Be careful of these vehicles this time around. Oh no, they're coming in and out. Second notch of flaps. Oh, that crossed me. Let's correct that real quick. Oh, this one's really pushing. Touchdown on leg 2 complete. Watch out for this tower. Look, it's the 5G tower. Frying all of us. Okay. So we keep it here at 1200. She's running real good. I think once I get into once I get close, let's see where we at here. So I think we're close enough. I'll be able to buzz the buzz the arch for you. Let's see. I know the arch is somewhere here. Let's see. 'Cause there is. It's either there or off of this. So I want to say Chandler Rocks Bridge. That's St. Louis Lambert International. So yeah, and we're gonna be landing short of that. I think it'll put us close. So I think we'll still be fine. You know what's crazy? What's really messing with me is the fact of how smooth it's actually flying. Like, you can actually really see just how fast I'm really going. Like, that's how smooth it is. See, before it was like, it was there, but then it wasn't. So like, you can kind of tell I was moving, but now it's like, man, I'm cooking. So I'm doing 175 knots on the ground right now with a 9 knot crosswind. Yeah, this is awesome. A little bumpy. 180 on the ground. We smoking. I got a question for y'all. Have any of you, well, I know I know 2 other simmers have done the Oshkosh with Pilot Edge. I'm curious to know if anyone else have attempted to do the Oshkosh arrival with live ATC. I think I'm gonna practice. I'm gonna practice that because I would like to do that, man. I think we should all practice and then we all go in together whenever they host that event. I think that'd be fun. I mean, I've never been to it in real life, but I watch it. I watch all the shows on on YouTube, and that's a pretty cool thing right there, man. I mean, you got hundreds of planes coming in, ATC just going crazy. Hey, flap your wings for me. Let me know. Okay, you got me. All right, I need you to make a right-hand turn on the blue dot. I think that's fascinating. All right, we are making our final turn into St. Louis Regional. You know what? Looking at it, trying to figure out where this Joker is at, because I know you're there. We're 11 miles out. I'm trying to, I just can't remember. Such a long time. Well, maybe, just maybe, I'm not. I'm trying to find it. We might just have to wait this one out. Because it's getting a little late. Let's see. Autopilot off. Let's see. We got a tailwind here. So I probably want to visual 1-1. Just climb up a little bit so I can see where I'm at. Cause I don't think where I'm at on the river close enough to see the arch. So we are going to do I'm trying to see it. But I don't think. I don't feel like chasing up and down this river right now. So we'll have to catch the arch on the way out in the next leg. Alright, so let's get ourselves set up. We are going to be doing a left downwind for runway 11. First batch of flaps coming in. Got the runway right in front of us. There it is off the wing there. Speed check, steer down.
500.
Southwest flaps coming in. That's okay though. Let's still clear these trees here. There we go. That's where I want to be there. I want to get off on that second taxiway there. Fast coming in. I'll take it. I will take it. Oops. I forgot to turn on my landing light. Y'all didn't see that. Alright. Flaps coming up. Taxi lights on. And now let's head over to parking. Clear right and clear left. Are these the fellas parked over here? I'm just going to assume that that's them. So we just come and park over here. That was yet another fun flight. But it's going in one. Okay. Sorry about that. Things acting weird. It's like my engine don't want to shut off or something. I think it might be the wind. Keeping it spinning. Alright, well, nonetheless, that's what you got. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bring it on with the comments, gripes, concerns. I'm cool with it. And like I said, hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to fly with the guys. So wish me luck on that. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. CardboardSim signing out.